In a world that moves too fast, we often forget that beauty can grow in silence, inside a glass of clear water, beneath gentle sunlight, in the stillness of our own space. Welcome to Crafted Nest, a place where calm meets creativity. Today, we'll explore 15 indoor plant ideas that grow beautifully in water. No soil, no mess, just peace and pure design. Each idea is simple to create, easy to care for, and designed to bring a touch of nature's rhythm into your everyday life. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to stay inspired with more mindful living ideas from Crafted Nest, where every detail is made with heart and every corner tells a story of peace. 1. Hydro Glow Window Shelf. Sometimes, beauty hides in the simplest corners of our homes, like a wooden window shelf catching the morning sun. Hydro Glow Window Shelf is a small piece of calmness you can create with almost no effort. Imagine starting your day seeing your plants stretching their leaves toward the light, their roots dancing inside clear water like threads of life itself. To begin, find a sturdy window ledge or floating shelf where sunlight visits for a few hours each day. Arrange clean glass jars. Recycled bottles work just fine, each holding a different cutting: Pothos, peace lily, philodendron, or even lucky bamboo. Watch how light filters through the water, revealing delicate root patterns beneath the surface. It feels like nature performing quietly inside your home. Change the water once every week and rinse the jars to keep them fresh. If you wish, add a few white pebbles to the bottom for stability and style. Over time, you'll see how these little green companions grow effortlessly, turning light and water into a peaceful rhythm of growth. There's no soil, no mess, no heavy gardening tools, only clarity, sunlight, and patience. What you build here is more than decor. It's a connection to the stillness we often forget to nurture. In the afternoon, when the room glows with soft amber light, your shelf will look alive, shimmering reflections moving with the breeze, green shadows painting the walls. That's the magic of living art, one you can touch, tend, and feel at peace with. 2. Floating Root Harmony. In a world full of clutter, floating root harmony invites us to rediscover the beauty of simplicity. It's where water becomes a stage, and roots, often unseen, become the stars of quiet elegance. When you place your plants in glass bowls or jars filled with clean water, you witness a new dimension of life. This design celebrates transparency, both literally and emotionally. You see the intricate veins of nature unfolding below the surface, each root tracing a path of silent perseverance. Floating roots remind us that growth doesn't always need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's soft, almost invisible, yet deeply alive. To create your own harmony, use a wide, shallow glass bowl or a clear vase. Fill it with filtered or rainwater and add a few plant cuttings: peace lily, philodendron, or even Monstera. Let the roots dance freely. Avoid overcrowding. Each stem needs its own breathing space. Place it where daylight can kiss the water, but never scorch the leaves. You'll notice how light bends through the bowl, forming patterns on nearby walls. Delicate, temporary art made by nature and time. Replace the water weekly and clean the glass so it remains crystal clear. There's something poetic about watching life suspended in water. No soil, no barriers, only clarity. Every bubble, every ripple, feels like a small reminder that calmness isn't the absence of movement, but the harmony within it. As days pass, your roots will grow stronger, and your space will glow with a serenity that feels alive, a floating symphony of balance between air, water, and light. 3. Minimalist Aqua Vase Line. Sometimes, order brings peace. The Minimalist Aqua Vase Line design is a quiet celebration of balance, where simplicity meets rhythm and light becomes part of the arrangement. This setup isn't about excess or perfection. It's about creating harmony through clean lines, transparency, and repetition. Start by finding several small glass vases, or even recycled bottles of similar height. Fill each one with filtered water and a single plant cutting, just one stem per vase, so each has its moment to shine. Place them in a straight line on a windowsill, a kitchen counter, or a narrow console table. The magic lies in the subtle differences, the way each plant bends slightly toward the light, how each root grows at its own pace, how the morning sun dances across the row, leaving a trail of golden reflections on the surface below. You don't need ornate pots or fancy decor. The beauty of this design rests on restraint. Every morning, when sunlight slides across the glass, you'll see miniature worlds forming inside those vessels. Tiny air bubbles cling to roots, like breath trapped underwater. If one leaf unfurls, it feels like a slow smile spreading through the room. Replace the water weekly, trim dead leaves, and keep the glass spotless. It's simple care, but the reward is clarity. In a home that often feels loud with screens and noise, your aqua vase line stands like a poem of stillness, living, breathing, glowing softly under natural light. A perfect reminder that beauty doesn't always need to fill space. Sometimes, it's what gives space its meaning. 4. Sunbeam Corner Oasis. There's a kind of beauty that sunlight alone can reveal. Quiet, golden, and patient. Sunbeam Corner Oasis is that special space in your home where light, water, and life gently collide. It's a spot that doesn't just brighten the room, it brightens your mood. Imagine a small corner by the window, kissed by morning rays. You place a few clear vases filled with water-grown plants, perhaps a peace lily, a lucky bamboo, or a trailing pothos. The light slides through the water, bends around the roots, and scatters across the floor like living art. Every shimmer feels like a whisper of calm. Creating this oasis doesn't require much. Choose glass containers of varying shapes and heights to create a natural rhythm. Keep the water clear and change it weekly. Let the plants face the sun but avoid harsh afternoon glare. Over time, you'll see new roots forming like threads of light beneath the surface. The secret lies in how this corner interacts with the day. In the morning, it glows soft and golden. By noon, it's alive with brilliance. And as the sun sets, the reflections fade into amber hues, a gentle ending to the day's story. This design is not just decoration, it's a pause, a reminder that stillness is part of growth. That beauty often appears when we let nature simply be. When sunlight touches the water and your leaves dance with brightness, you'll feel a strange peace, as though your home itself is breathing along with your plants. That's your Sunbeam Corner Oasis. Not just a corner, but a state of serenity. 5. Urban Glass Garden. In the middle of the city's rhythm and endless movement, there's a quiet green heartbeat waiting to be felt, the urban glass garden. It's the art of bringing nature into steel and concrete, transforming modern apartments into sanctuaries of calm. This design celebrates contrast, glass and greenery, sunlight and shadow, stillness within motion. Imagine a corner shelf near your window, lined with jars and vases filled with plants growing in water. No soil, no mess, just clear glass holding transparent life. Each vase reflects a different shape of calm, a twisting philodendron, a bold Monstera leaf, or the soft white roots of a peace lily. In an urban home, space is precious. But even a single ledge can hold life if you give it light. The reflections on glass blend with city light outside, creating a seamless dialogue between nature and architecture. When the sun moves through the day, it paints moving highlights on your walls, soft, golden, breathing moments that remind you nature never stops, even here. Change the water every week and let the leaves reach toward the sun. You can mix heights and shapes, tall glass cylinders beside short bowls, curved jars beside angular bottles. It's a symphony of form and clarity. At night, when the city glows beyond your window, the glass garden mirrors that light, soft and alive. It's like having a piece of forest suspended in air, quietly purifying both your space and your mind. Your urban glass garden is more than decor. It's proof that even in the busiest of worlds, serenity finds a way through roots, water, and light. 6. Trailing hydro curtain. There's something almost musical about plants that trail. They move, they flow, they breathe. Trailing hydro curtain turns this movement into art, a soft, living drape of green that catches sunlight instead of fabric. Picture your window bathed in morning light. Instead of ordinary curtains, slender vines of pothos and ivy sway gently from clear jars suspended on strings. The roots shimmer inside clean water, the leaves lean toward the light, and the entire corner feels like a secret garden caught in midair. To create this design, gather recycled glass bottles or jars of varying shapes. Fill them halfway with water and add your favorite cuttings. Tie each jar with twine or thin wire and hang them at different heights across the window frame. As sunlight passes through, every drop of water becomes a prism, scattering golden reflections that move like ripples of warmth. The magic of the hydro curtain lies in its transformation through time. Each week, the vines grow longer, the roots thicker, and the light softer. You can almost hear the sound of calm in their stillness. Change the water weekly and clean the glass to keep it sparkling clear. What's special about this design is how it connects the outdoors with the indoors. The window no longer separates you from nature, it becomes part of it. Morning light dances through the leaves. Evening shadows paint your room in living patterns. And when you sit quietly, watching the slow sway of the vines, you realize peace doesn't always fall from silence. Sometimes it grows from water, light, and patience. Your trailing hydro curtain isn't just decor, it's a breathing frame for sunlight and life. 7. Pebble Serenity Pot. Sometimes calm begins at the bottom, beneath the water, among the stones that never move. Pebble Serenity Pot is more than a planter. It's a reflection of stillness and grace. It's where roots, water, and stones coexist quietly, forming a piece of natural meditation for your home. Imagine a small glass pot sitting on your desk. Beneath the surface, a layer of white pebbles rests like soft whispers. Above them, roots dance lazily in clear water, while leaves stretch gracefully toward the sunlight. There's no soil to hide the story. You see everything: the journey of growth, the clarity of connection. To create this peaceful design, start with smooth pebbles. White or light-colored ones work best for brightness. Fill your glass halfway with them, then add clean filtered water until the stones shimmer beneath. Place a small plant cutting, maybe a peace lily or philodendron, so its roots settle gently among the stones. The pebbles don't just hold the plant steady, they create balance. Each stone absorbs light differently, reflecting subtle warmth back into the room. When the sun touches the water, the reflections ripple across the surface like slow-moving clouds. Change the water every week, clean the glass, and rinse the pebbles occasionally. Over time, you'll notice how peaceful the space feels, as if the stillness of the stones transfers into your own rhythm. The Pebble Serenity Pot isn't loud or complex. It doesn't ask for attention, it earns it. Its beauty is in its honesty. When you sit beside it, you'll understand. Serenity doesn't always grow upward. Sometimes, it glows quietly beneath the surface. 8. Split Vase Duo Design. Some designs whisper harmony, not through perfection, but through balance. Split Vase Duo Design captures the spirit with two vases that speak to each other in silence. One reaches high toward the light, the other bows low in gentle humility. Together, they form a quiet dialogue of growth. You don't need a garden to feel connected to nature. Sometimes, two glass vases on a table are enough. Choose shapes that complement, not compete: a tall cylinder and a round bowl, or a slender neck beside a wide mouth. Fill them halfway with clean water. Place a tall-stemmed plant like peace lily in one, and a trailing vine such as pothos or ivy in the other. When daylight touches their surfaces, the water glows like liquid crystal. Roots trace patterns that intertwine yet never collide, like two souls growing at their own pace, but sharing the same light. Every reflection on the glass feels alive, changing with each hour of the day. Keep the water clear, trim old leaves, and let the balance guide your arrangement. Sometimes, shift the vases closer. Sometimes, give them space, just as we do in relationships that thrive quietly. This design invites mindfulness. It teaches that symmetry isn't always about matching shapes. It's about creating calm between differences. As you sit nearby, you might notice how one plant leans toward the other, as if reaching out. That's the unspoken language of nature, patient, balanced, eternal. The split vase duo design isn't merely decor, it's a love story between water and light, showing how harmony can exist even in contrast. 9. Clear root artistry. In most gardens, roots remain hidden, silent workers beneath the soil. But in clear root artistry, they become the masterpiece. This design celebrates what's usually unseen, the quiet strength and complexity of life beneath the surface. Imagine rows of clear glass vases standing in sunlight, each holding a cutting of green life, philodendron, peace lily, or even lucky bamboo. Inside the water, roots twist, spiral, and float like threads of silk. The light refracts through them, creating tiny golden halos in motion. It's art born from nature's own patience. To craft this look, use clean, transparent containers of varying sizes, tall, short, round, or angular. Fill them with filtered water and position them near indirect light. The roots will begin to form within days, weaving into patterns you could never design by hand. Every week, change the water and watch as new strands emerge, subtle but mesmerizing. What makes clear root artistry special is its truth. Nothing here is artificial. The roots tell a story of resilience, of unseen effort, of silent beauty. They remind us that growth is not only what we show to the world, but what we nurture quietly in our depths. As you gaze through the glass, you'll find calm in their chaos, lines that curve, cross, and intertwine yet remain in perfect balance. It's a reflection of ourselves, really tangled, evolving, yet full of life. This isn't decoration, it's meditation. A living sculpture made by time and care. Clear root artistry transforms your home into a gallery where water and light reveal the poetry of growth, transparent, honest, and endlessly alive. 10. Tinted water bloom. Sometimes, a little color is all it takes to turn simplicity into poetry. Tinted water bloom is a design that brings new life to indoor hydroplants by letting light and color dance together. The concept is simple, yet the effect, utterly magical. Picture a row of glass jars filled with clean water, each carrying a gentle hue, sky blue, tea green, or rose blush. The roots of your plants stretch through the colored water, forming delicate silhouettes against the glass. When sunlight streams in, the colors reflect softly across the room, like watercolor strokes on air. Creating this look is easy. Add a single drop of natural, non-toxic food coloring or herbal dye to each jar of filtered water. Don't go bold. Subtle shades make it elegant and timeless. Place your favorite water-grown plants inside. Pothos, coleus, or peace lilies work perfectly. The tinted water enhances the contrast between green leaves and glowing roots. As light shifts throughout the day, the water changes character. In the morning, it glows cool and clear. By afternoon, it warms into honey tones. This living palette changes constantly, breathing a gentle rhythm into your home. Beyond beauty, tinted water bloom reminds us how color influences mood. Blue calms, green refreshes, pink warms the heart. Together, they form a quiet spectrum of serenity. Every jar becomes a story of patience, growth, and light seen through color. It's a visual meditation that turns your plants into living lanterns of peace. When night falls and the reflections fade, you'll realize the real glow wasn't in the colors, it was in how they made you feel. 11. Modern Zen Hydro Setup. There are corners of a home that don't need to speak, they just need to breathe. Modern Zen Hydro Setup is an invitation to stillness, where water, glass, and light form a quiet meditation in motion. Imagine a bamboo tray holding 3 clear vases. Inside each, a stem of peace lily or lucky bamboo rises gently from calm, transparent water. Smooth white stones rest at the base, grounding the composition in simplicity. The air hums softly with sunlight. You can almost hear the rhythm of silence. This design isn't about decoration. It's about space. Empty space. Breathing room. It reminds you that peace doesn't grow from abundance, but from balance. When light filters through the water, the reflections dance across the table like moving patterns of air. Every ripple feels alive, yet perfectly calm. To recreate it, choose elements that feel natural. Glass, stone, wood, water, and light. Keep the palette neutral. Whites, beiges, and light greens. Change the water weekly, wipe the glass clean, and let everything stay uncluttered. The goal is not perfection, but awareness. In the evening, when sunlight fades, place a candle beside your plants. Watch the flame reflect across the glass, blending with a soft shimmer of water. The scene becomes a living painting of tranquility. Modern Zen Hydro Setup teaches that calmness is not something you find, it's something you create. With every small act, pouring clean water, moving a vase, trimming a leaf, you're arranging peace itself. This space becomes a pause in your day, a reminder that serenity doesn't arrive by chance. It grows patiently, one clear breath at a time. 12. Compact Desk Aqua Greens. Sometimes, focus grows from the simplest things: a breath of green, a glimmer of light, a jar of calm. Compact Desk Aqua Greens turns your workspace into a small sanctuary of balance, where life thrives quietly beside your daily tasks. Imagine sitting at your desk as morning sunlight pours in. Amid the hum of work, your eyes rest on a small glass jar filled with clean water and a single pothos cutting. Its roots float gently, the leaves arch toward the light, and suddenly, your space feels softer, like nature's hand reaching out to steady your thoughts. This design celebrates minimalism in motion. You don't need elaborate pots or complex arrangements. Just 1 or 2 water-grown plants, maybe philodendron, coleus, or lucky bamboo, placed where the light naturally lands. Their quiet presence helps ground your energy, reminding you to slow down between keystrokes. Water-grown plants are ideal for desks. They're mess-free, soil-free, and effortless to maintain. Change the water every week, wipe the glass clean, and occasionally trim old roots. Watch as new ones emerge, small victories of life unfolding beside your coffee cup. What makes Compact Desk Aqua Green special is how it blends function with emotion. Your workspace no longer feels mechanical, it breathes. The soft reflections of light on glass move gently as the day progresses, mirroring your rhythm. By evening, when work is done, the glass glows faintly with a last golden light, a quiet reminder that even in productivity, there's room for peace. Compact Desk Aqua Greens isn't just decor, it's a companion. A green whisper beside your work that says, "Breathe, you're alive, and so is your space." 13. Vertical Hydro Wall Display. Walls don't just hold homes together, they can also hold life. Vertical Hydro Wall Display turns an ordinary surface into a living, breathing gallery of green. It's the art of growing upwards, not outwards, a perfect choice for small spaces and big dreams. Imagine a wall that changes with sunlight, its surface alive with reflections of roots and leaves. Each glass jar or tube holds water, not soil. Inside, delicate plants float gracefully, their roots forming patterns like lace beneath the surface. The light glides through the water, scattering soft shadows that dance across your wall throughout the day. To bring this design to life, choose a sturdy board or metal grid as a base. Mount small glass jars or test tube holders in a vertical layout. Fill each with clean filtered water and insert plant cuttings, pothos, coleus, or philodendron. They adapt beautifully to water and require little maintenance. Once installed, your wall becomes a living piece of art. Every week, change the water and gently clean the glass. Watch as new roots stretch downward, as if painting invisible strokes across the background. The movement of light and growth makes each day slightly different. What makes the vertical hydro wall display special is its energy. It doesn't just decorate, it transforms your room into a sanctuary. The wall breathes, the plants sway, and the air feels renewed. In the quiet of the afternoon, when sunlight softens, the wall glows like a natural tapestry, alive, graceful, endlessly evolving. This is not just design, it's vertical poetry. A garden without soil, a wall without limits, your own slice of living tranquility, climbing toward the light. 14. Tropical water harmony. There's a rhythm that only the tropics can teach, lush, generous, and full of quiet abundance. Tropical water harmony captures that feeling inside your home, where every leaf moves like a slow wave of calm. Imagine a corner filled with large-leafed plants, Monstera, Anthurium, or Philodendron, standing tall in clear water. Their roots shimmer beneath the surface, their leaves unfold toward the morning sun. The reflections from the glass mingle with green shadows, creating a tranquil dance of color and light. To recreate this design, choose clear vases or tall jars to give the roots room to stretch. Arrange plants of different heights so they look like a miniature forest reflected in water. Use filtered or rainwater and let sunlight flow freely but softly through the space. Add a touch of bamboo or rattan furniture to bring warmth and texture. The secret of tropical water harmony is balance. Bold leaves above, still water below. You'll feel a sense of natural coolness spreading through the room, a quiet echo of rain and breeze. When light shifts during the day, each leaf catches a new color. Emerald in the morning, gold at dusk. This design reminds us that tropical life isn't chaos, it's abundance with purpose. Even in water, these plants flourish, teaching patience and adaptability. By evening, when the last rays of light fade into amber, your tropical corner will glow like a gentle memory of an island afternoon, peaceful, generous, and endlessly alive. Your tropical water harmony is more than decor. It's a living meditation, a warm heartbeat of the jungle, pulsing softly in a glass of water. 15. Scandinavian hydro simplicity. There's beauty in simplicity, quiet, honest, and timeless. Scandinavian hydro simplicity invites you to slow down and appreciate the purity of life through clean lines, soft light, and a single glass of growing green. Imagine a room filled with brightness, pale wood, white curtains, and sunlight drifting in like a whisper. On the table, a small vase holds one stem of green life floating in water. That's all. No clutter, no noise, just harmony between light, air, and nature. To create this look, choose 1 or 2 clear glass containers. Nothing fancy, just pure function and form. Fill them with clean filtered water and add a cutting of pothos, philodendron, or peace lily. Place it where natural light can fall gently across it, revealing the elegance of its roots. The Scandinavian style is about clarity. Every object serves a purpose. Every space breathes. In this design, the water becomes the mirror of calm, and the plant the embodiment of balance. The simplicity draws your eyes to what matters: growth, patience, and stillness. Each morning, the sunlight renews the scene. The reflections move softly across the table like fleeting art. You may find yourself breathing slower, speaking gentler, as if the room itself teaches mindfulness. Scandinavian hydro-simplicity reminds us that beauty doesn't demand attention, it invites presence. By keeping things simple, you make space for peace to enter. In that single vase of green floating in glass, you'll see more than a plant. You'll see a reflection of life lived quietly, intentionally, beautifully.